Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Halal Crypto Investing. I'm your host Mujibul, and today we are looking at 4 leading crypto AI infrastructure and framework projects. We will be looking at the current landscape, which makes a really good environment for crypto to keep on going up. Why we think Virtual's AI16Z, Arc, Zerebro are the 4 leading ones at the moment. We'll look at valuations and we'll look at more opportunities in the space and why we are so bullish. If you are new to the channel, subscribe to Halal Crypto Investing. I'm Mujibul. I've been in crypto since 2017. And in the last cycle, I had a 4-figure portfolio, which went to 6 figures, but then saw all the gains disappear. So if you want to make sure you don't make those mistakes, continue subscribing and watching the video. This video is not financial advice. A lot of people lose money in crypto, and my story is an example of that. We are all humans and we make mistakes, so do take things with a pinch of salt. And if you would like to get in touch with Halal Crypto Investing, email us info@halalcryptoinvesting.com. We have a longer version of this video that we will be releasing, where we will be going into more details of why we are so bullish in this space, giving frameworks and mental models of how we are looking at things. So watch out for that video, which will be coming out soon. And if you're still with us, thank you. We appreciate your time with us. So looking at the current landscape, first of all, the current landscape, it is a bull market. The question is, when will the bull market end? So as long as the bull market continues, the AI narrative is very, very strong. If it's a bear market, then it's time to run away. So this is the first kind of thing to keep in mind. Secondly, remember, investing is a journey. A lot of people think it's just as simple, you start and go to the finish line, but actually there's lots of things where you go up and down, good days and bad days. So what I'm going to cover here is not as straightforward as it may look, and I'll share some stories as we go through. So why are we so bullish on AI infrastructure projects? Y Combinator said that AI agents are bigger than software as a service. So here's a headline for you. So vertical AI agents could be 10 times bigger than software as a service. So Y Combinator does startups, they fund startups. Another point to consider is that the new US president is very pro-crypto. Here is a tweet from Ijaz, a great guy to follow. He's on it with AI agents. He makes a comment saying the incoming president and vice president own crypto. The incoming president also runs DeFi protocols, buying tens of millions of ETH and alts every week, and so on. So the incoming presidency of the US is looking very, very positive. And so the landscape is going to be much more positive going forward. And the analogy I give is, imagine you're going from the house to the shops. When in the past, the previous administrations were like, when you're going out, wind is going against you. Whereas with the new presidency, when you're going from your house to the shop, the wind will be pushing you towards the shop. So that's the kind of analogy, that things will be getting much, much bigger as time goes on. That's what the markets showed when President Trump got elected. The whole market started booming. All right. Another point, people understand AI better than cryptocurrencies. So, for example, people use ChatGPT, people use Alexa and all these other bots and so on. So people have some experience of using AI. Whereas historically, you're trying to explain to people what is a blockchain, what is mining. You're going into all of this. So it's much, much more simpler now because people see it, people that use it. And so when they see that this is something within crypto, the accessibility becomes much higher. Also, billions are invested in AI. So there was a story by Microsoft. Again, I think Ejaz mentions this. Microsoft to spend 80 billion on AI data centers this year. So they're spending 80 billion. Gives an idea of what's going on in the kind of so-called real world and how this will kind of transfer over to crypto. So 80 billion is not small pennies, but very, very large numbers. Why are AI crypto projects and so bullish for us? Because these are all fair launches. There's no VC venture capitalists involved. So when you look at market caps, everyone is in the same boat. There's not people haven't been given special treatment, and so this is where you have a fair opportunity for us ordinary folks to get into projects that are at a low valuation, and then you can sell them at high valuations if you have other opportunities. So the fair launch is a big thing. One of the reasons why meme coins were in a boom cycle is because the projects that were out there, they had such high valuations when they were on the market. They came people were being sold to, normal people as retailers were being sold to. So this is where fair launches are amazing. Non-crypto people are being onboarded. So if you look at different cycles that have gone through, when you had DeFi, a lot of the financial people were coming through. With the meme coin cycle, you had young people who were into these images and jokes and that kind of thing coming in. Now with AI, you've got AI programmers coming in. So every cycle brings in different types of people, and AI programmers will be developing and making things, which would be very, very interesting. Another point is that AI can make transactions without permission, because this is what crypto is: permissionless and trustless. So, and this is where the value of Bitcoin as well as stable coins come in. AI agents will be able to make transactions, and there will be so many AI agents and bots out there. And so as time goes on, the transactions will be increasing over time, and they can work faster, do things more efficiently. And so this is where crypto and AI interact very, very well. Now, how do we look at AI, these AI infrastructure projects and frameworks? They are like layer one. So if you think about Solana last cycle, Avalanche, and Terra Luna, these were Ethereum layer ones. You need the Ethereum token to get into that community, to do what you needed to do. So for DeFi season, you needed Ethereum to go into that. With NFTs, you needed Ethereum, as well as Solana had an NFT boom. So you need those tokens to buy whatever you want to buy. In a similar way, to buy AI agents, you need the token. So you need these tokens. So this is what all of the four things that we'll be looking at, they are like that. In addition to that, there's a value accrual. So the creators of these tokens, they're trying to bring back value to the token. So with Virtuals, with AI16Z, how do you bring that value back to the token? So whether it's through launch pads and other things, you're able to do that. Now, there are so many AI agents being launched. It's very, very difficult to capture that value. Whereas just by holding these 4 tokens, it's a way of gaining access to that value. So it's a safe play. It's a very, very less risky way of getting that value. Another mental module is AI agents or these projects. They're like agent app stores. This is a point that Ejaz makes in his tweet. If I can show you that here, he makes a point that think of it like you're going into this app store and you're choosing an app. So AI agents are like app, and you want a certain thing, and so you pick and choose whatever use you have. You pick them and use them, and because it's kind of iterative, you improve on it all the time. These projects, they're also supporting their apps, so to speak. They're supporting the AI agents. They want them to do well. So it's in their interest that the tokens, the projects are successful. So a very interesting way, an agent app store is a nice way of thinking about this. And I'll come back to this idea when we're discussing these projects in more detail. So these projects are kind of bringing in all the different crypto experiences through the different cycles, DeFi cycle, and applying it. And because it's a open source network, people are just using the code and building on it. So they're bringing back value to token holders. Because it's open source, it's easy to build on it. And so AI engineers are coming in and they're just using this open source and building in it on it. And so there's adaptations taking place, things are evolving, and you're learning very, very fast. So you're making mistakes, learning, building, and so on. And they're using the experiences from previous cycles. So DeFi I mentioned, gaming and memes. So there's a fun element. So when you see certain AI agents, they've got some sort of competitions going or some sort of gaming element that's going there. The next point is there's a lot of developer activity taking place. Now, this gives me the vibes of Ethereum when it was below $100. I remember when it went below them at that time, the Ethereum people were just, talking about, we're not looking at the token price, we're just building. Solana, when it went below $20, again, similar thing. The Solana people were just building. And so now what's happening with these AI projects, infrastructure frameworks, a lot of AI developers are coming into the space. And to kind of understand it a little bit more, think of a job where you develop in a normal traditional role. You are working on a project, you're working for a company, that company is making money from it. The incentives to you, all of that incentive isn't coming to you. There's a lot of dilution going through the company and so on. Whereas with crypto and AI, the developer can create a token and that token has value. So there's more incentive for the developer for the projects to work. So it's both ways as well, actually. For the developer, there's more, there will be bad players in the space who'll just pump and dump things. But on the whole, there's more incentives for developers to create things and for that value to keep on going up. So this is really, really amazing, interesting. So these are the 4 that we think are leading at the moment. There are more. If you think there are more or others, then please write a comment in the write a comment. So let's look at Virtuals. Virtuals has a product market fit. It's the best performing crypto in 2024. So CoinGecko did top 20 crypto gainers in 2024, and Virtuals is number 1, 23,000%. So you might be thinking, are the gains over? I don't think so. I think it shows there's a product market fit. I remember in the last cycle, I bought, what did I buy? Axie Infinity. I remember buying it at a really low price, 0.4, then selling it at 0.6 and 0.8 because I made a 50% gain and an 80 and 100% gain. And then Axie kept on going up. I did that when it was the bear market, and then the transition was happening from a bear market to a bull market. And when that happens, things can go wild. Clearly, Axie was a really good project. It was in the narrative of gaming. So all of these things happened, and that's why Axie Infinity kept on going up. And I think the same thing is the case now. Yes, it's made those gains. However, we are going from transitioning from a bear market to a bull market. Yes, a lot of the gains have disappeared, but there are still opportunities for more gains to happen. But the key thing here is this is a leading performer and the risk is much, much lower. It's like saying when if you were around when Bitcoin came out, what's the next Bitcoin? It was Bitcoin. When Solana came out, what's the next Solana? It is Solana. When Ethereum came out, what's the Ethereum killer? It's Ethereum. So what is the virtuals killer? It is virtual. So I think that in terms of the risk level, this is there. It's leading on base, and it's part of the it's on ETH, and it's on the base chain, L2. Now another point, it's some politics is important because Brian Armstrong met. Here's an article from Cointelegraph. Coinbase CEO to meet with Trump to discuss personal appointments. If the CEO of Coinbase is meeting President Trump, things that he's been supporting, things that he's been working on will be pumping. Jesse, who used to work, who leads Base, has been also gathering support with AI developers. So it's part of the Base ETH ecosystem. So if people, institutional players, institutions see that Ethereum is good, then they're going to support projects that are on Ethereum. And when it comes to AI projects, virtuals would be one of them. So that's something very, very interesting, and it's like a speculation that we're making. Now, one of the interviews, this is a long podcast, one of the founders of virtuals, they launched virtuals in the bull market. They had a $600 million valuation, and in the bear market that came down to 6 million. So they've been working through the bear market, and that's a good sign because they are going to continuously try to improve their product. And so this is where it gives a confidence. Now, virtuals is an ecosystem, so like Ethereum, Solana. Think of it like a layer one. So you need that token to buy an agent. So you need the virtuals token to buy AI agents. In addition to that, if you hold virtuals token, you also get airdrop token. I was holding some virtuals, and I got something airdropped as well. So just by holding it as well, you get that. So notice the link, the historical links of L1 tokens and getting airdrops and that kind of thing. So Cosmos, by staking Cosmos, you got tokens. Here you're not staking, but just by virtue of holding it, you get that. Ethereum, you would used to get airdrops as well. So you've got that. And also they're looking at creating ways to bring value to token holders. Virtuals, another point is in another interview with another founder of Virtuals, he makes a point that they think of Virtuals like a country, an AI country, and they want, and the Virtuals is the token, the currency of the token. So again, bringing value to the token. And another comment that they made was that they want to bring AI people in, for example, from Stanford. So the best AI people coming and developing products in virtual. So that gives very good vibes. Another kind of comment he made in that podcast is they are ready to go into other networks when they want to. So they can link it to Solana, but they're not doing that just yet. Another thing that's important, differentiates this from other projects, is that Virtuals is like an Apple market, the Apple Android, Apple downloading market. So it's a closed system. So they're developing it. They have kind of close control over it and supporting the developers who want to launch AI agents there. So that's just a nuance. It's so the last 2 points, and it's currently at 4 billion market cap on the 5th of January. Next project is AI16Z. So similar to, quite different to the other one there, it's open source. So this is like your app on the Android, an app in the Android market. So this is open source. People see what's there and they will download or copy the code and so on. So on GitHub, this has become number one with GitHub stars, and people are copying the code and developing it. So very, very interested to see that. The founder is a very likable guy. I enjoyed listening to him, his interview on Bankless. So I'll link this in the description, where he goes on and he says that he's looking to create value for AI16Z. he also sees that, AI agents are going to be taking over loads of jobs. And so how can you help people? So he's looking also at that. So I found that very, very interesting. He's very, another point, the reason for the success of AI16Z is because they use TypeScript. So this is very technical. And it's on the Solana blockchain, and Solana has got a lot of usage. Fees are low and so on. Currently, the market cap is 2 billion. The third project is Arc. Again, it's open source on Android, but this one uses the programming language of Rust. Now, Rust is used by Solana developers. And so that's really, really interesting. So the market cap is 400 million, but because there are a lot of Solana developers, they can also go on to developing developing AI projects. I forgot to add in here that there was a AI hackathon, and the hackathon got more interest in more submissions than Solana hackathons in the past. So this just shows there's a lot of things going on there. The next project is Zerebro, again similar to the previous one. This time open source on the Android market, but this one is on Python. So there's a lot of programmers out there who know how to use Python. So this will be a way to get them in there. And again, the market cap of this is slightly higher, 500 million. So those are the 4 leading projects that we see at the moment. Things will change, can change. The other thing to note is that these projects work with each other. They're not in competition. So in your normal traditional world, you've got Google, OpenAI, etc. They're competing. But here you will see collaboration, especially with these open source things. So the value will constantly be added and things will be iterated and more upgrades will happen. So that's very, very interesting. And because of the open source nature of these projects, new developers will come and just build on it. So more opportunities will come out. So this is not something you can kind of buy and forget or think this is it. There will be new projects that appear. So subscribe to Halal Crypto Investing. We'll try and keep you informed of these things. The next thing, valuations. So how do you value these things? So these projects give me the vibe of Solunavax in the previous cycle. So Solana came to a market cap of 75 billion. Terra Luna came to 40 billion, and Avalanche came to 30 billion. I've deliberately used this example because there's also positives and negatives that we can learn from this. But so these are our numbers: 75, 40, and 30 billion. So this is where, again, it's speculation. These are the things that we think, these projects can go up to. So if we use virtuals as an example, and I think it can easily get to 40 billion. Yeah, I think it could go more than that. I think virtuals is the Solana of this cycle, but I've put there 40 billion just to kind of lower expectations, or not give too much of a dream world kind of thing. But virtuals is currently 4 billion, and it can easily get to, or we hope it can get to 50 billion. That's a 10x. And again, think of the risk to reward. It's something there. What's the next virtuals? That's it. The risk to reward is much lower. AI16Z is currently 2 billion. To get to 30 billion market cap, that's a 15x. Arc is 400 million. To get to 30 billion is a 75x. And Zerebro is 500 million. And we're taking the lower figure of Avalanche there. 30 billion is a 60x. Obviously, this is huge speculation. Past performance is not an indicator of future performance, the disclaimers that you hear. But these are kind of things that you can compare to. So these are, relatively leading projects that are out there now. Obviously, the market can change and things can change. So those are the valuations. Now, we're not going to buy and marry our bags. These are the things that we've learned. So how do you sell? So there are different strategies you can take. It could be, taking your initial out. When it 2x's, you take your initial out. You can have staggered exits. So for example, when it 2x's, you can, so let's say you put in £100, when it 2x's, you take that out. Another £100 when it 3x's, you take that out. So you kind of, at every 1x, you take something out. So that's one way of looking at it. Another strategy could be when it 2x's, you take 25% of your portfolio off the table. When it goes to 5x, take another 25%. When it goes to 10x, take another 25%. And then let the last bit ride, because, if it's a bull market, things can just go crazy. And we know what it's like in crypto. So, and I'll come to why letting it ride can be quite valuable and why we are so bullish. So going on to why are we so bullish? At the moment, not many people know about this new area. Even within crypto, I'm in a few crypto groups and the interest hasn't been there. Some of the crypto groups are now getting on there and they're discussing it and talking about it. So, so it's very interesting to see. There are some crypto groups, people have just, like the disclaimer at the beginning of the video, people lose money or their investments go down in value and so they disappear. So when they come back, this is what they'll get interested in. The next thing, we are very, very early. If you compare this to DeFi memes, they will go up huge. So this industry is very, very, we're still early. The other big point is that venture capitalists are not in it. So everything is fair. So you and I have the same opportunity as these big venture capitalists. So the opportunity is there for us, and we can buy small. We can buy $100, $1,000. That's not an issue. Whereas with these corporate investment companies, they're looking to buy big, $1 million, $2 million, $10 million. So some of these things are just too small for them to buy now. You might be saying, why aren't they on main exchanges? Because they're fair launches, they take time. And so once there is a product market fit, the big exchanges will put them on their exchanges. It's only a matter of time. Now, there's a point Murad makes about valuations and bubbles. Really, really interesting. His meme super cycle that kind of trended about 6 months ago. He makes some very good points. Some points are not as good, but there is one point he makes, which is that sometimes it's difficult to value something. And if you cannot value it, this is where the bubbles happen. And so this is where we believe these numbers are just underestimates. If any of these succeed, then they can go far beyond this, because all of the AI combines all of the historical bubbles that we have. We had the ICO bubble, which is fair launches. We had the DeFi, which is getting yield on your assets. We have the NFT bubble. Again, AI agents can do this. AI agents can work on DeFi. We had gaming and metaverse. This clearly links. AI clearly links into this. We have the meme bubble. Zerebro looked like initially it was a meme, and then it's turned into a framework. Financial freedom. People come into crypto, Bitcoin, because it's financial freedom. Then you have, in the real world, so to speak, Meta, Facebook, OpenAI, ChatGPT, they will be launching new products. That's something people will see. And then when they see that they've got access to similar things in crypto, that will be another bubble. And so people will come and will say, what is the next BTC or whatever it may be. And, when you came into Bitcoin, you just had to hold on to Bitcoin. That was it. So in a similar way, these leading AI projects, is like a Bitcoin bubble in one sense. We just have to get in there and just sit on your hands. And that's one of a simple way of just gaining these. So we don't believe this is a super cycle. Taiki made a comment saying it's you take the super cycle and you take the memes and it becomes a mega cycle. Well, we believe this is a super omega cycle because you've got all of these things combined into one. And the last kind of point is, will AI disappear? If you think about it, in a year's time, will AI still be here? And the answer, clearly, AI is here to stay. So this is where, investments will go up and down. The investment journey is not a straight line, but on the whole, things would be higher than they are now. So I've given you the bull case. Now a little bit of reality, because we need to also, be humble, keep our feet on the ground. What are some risks and dangers? So all these at the moment, these four are leading product market fit, but in the next few months, weeks, they may not have a product market fit. Like ARC is very low market value at the moment, so they may not get product market fit. So if that's the case, these products will lose their valuations. All of these they have this economics and this thing of trying to keep the token value high. So when things are going up, things are going to go up really high. This gives me vibes of Terra Luna. And so when Terra Luna started going down, it kept on going down. And within a few weeks and months, it went to zero. And so there is that element that crypto is high risk. And so this could go to zero. Now, hopefully none of these do, but one of them could. So these are the dangers that we need to be aware of, the risks. Hacks. Yeah, and I remember holding on to Thorchain. At one point, my Thorchain bag was very, very significant, equal to 4 Bitcoins at one point. And then it got hacked. It got hacked once, and then it got hacked again twice. So the value goes down. So if something goes wrong with these products, the danger is there. And the last point, which is that crypto goes through different narratives. At the moment, this is the narrative, AI. There could be other narratives that come, real world assets, and the shiny new thing that may be there. So these are things that we need to be aware of, conscious of. So we hope you have enjoyed this video. Another little kind of thing, we are looking to have a halal crypto investing meetup in London. So if you are interested, we're going to have something small. We've got a sign up link in the description of the video. We're going to have a small link up gathering, and so sign up if you're interested. And if there's a big demand, then obviously we can look at these things. So those are 2 dates that we've got planned. If you're still with us here, thank you for watching the video. I hope this has brought value to you. And, not everything we say is going to be true. We have made mistakes and we will probably make mistakes. So do take everything with a pinch of salt. If you've found this video valuable, then please do share with your friends. And if you want to get in touch with Halal Crypto Investing, then just email us, halalcryptoinvesting@gmail.com. If you want advice, help, support, or find out about our services, do get in touch. We are a small team, so do have patience with us. So thank you for watching. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do so. And remember us in your du'as. May Allah bless your wealth, bless our wealth, and keep us giving us these gains, inshallah. So thank you and take care, everybody. Assalamu alaikum.